Hey everybody, Andy here, aka Montolio, and we are back for another Vintage League, and today we are running Hogak Vine. I've picked up Hogak Vine maybe last couple days. I've run 3 leagues with it and had a 5-0 and 2 4-1s, and one of those 4-1s was a loss for the 5-0. So the deck has been very good. I'm a little bit surprised how good it's doing given the number of combo I'm playing, but the Force of Vigors in the main, I guess, shore that up somewhat. And of course, post board, I feel like it's favorable for us. And we'll talk about why when we get to sideboard here. But we've run into Lord Barris. Let's see how we do here. And we did not win the die roll. I was watching Lord Barris play a little bit yesterday, and this is what they were playing was let's see here. Do I want to do anything? I'm going to be aggressive here. If they have a force, so be it. They've just conceded. Okay. We did show them what we're playing. Now, I guess that could have been workshops, but I don't think so. I know Lord Barris typically I shouldn't say typically, Lord Barris has been playing the, I don't know what you want to call it, a good stuff artifact deck that's got Tinker in it, Citadel, it's got Urza Sagas, Urza, it's himself. So I don't know what you're calling this Tinker dot deck. I'm going to bring in a couple swords. I like having an answer to the Sphinx. Do something like this. I would like to cut another card here. I'm very heavy on Collector Roof in my build. Just cut Once Upon a Time. It's a luxury having Once Upon a Time. I do like Bloodghast somewhat. Much better hand. Unfortunately, we got to watch for Needle. Guess we have the Force of Vigor here, so we'll keep this one. What do we want to put back? I don't think I'm likely to see Wasteland here, so I think this is probably reasonable doing this. I think I got to take the opportunity to get that Soul Ring, and this might get a Force out of their hand, or a Fluster. It doesn't. Okay. Okay, there's a Vengevine. Let's see what that can do for me. So my opponent could have Flusterstorm here, but I think it's worth trying to get these. So they have a Flusterstorm, it looks like here, which is going to be pretty good for them. Yeah. Okay. Soul Guide Lantern, yeah. I think they should take my Bloodghast here with all likelihood, but I mean, the Bloodghast is not likely to be super impactful in this position. Yeah. So my opponent did not want me having the Bloodghast, which is fair. They can make a couple Saga tokens here, which is pretty good. My opponent's gambling. They're going to get a land or a Mox here, which is fairly high prevalence. Chooses to shuffle. Oh, wow. Okay. We're going to spin upkeep here. This is already looking pretty lost from us, from our standpoint, but we're going to try. Vigor was a nice draw here. We're going to try and get in. We're still ahead of what the token is. And I guess my needle, or my Bazaar is to get shut off by a needle here would be my guess. And unfortunately for us, they're going to get out quite a bit ahead of us here. But I guess we have a chance if we draw Force of Vigor, a card to feed to Force of Vigor here. It'd be pretty good. We do have a substantial amount of green cards in our deck, so it is probably in the 50th percentile. We're going to draw something to feed to it. The Mana Crypt was a really good draw for my opponent. And there, they just have the Hardcast Needle. Okay. Well, it's not great for me. Hollow One. Hollow One is not going to do it. Don't think it's probable we can get out of that. Well, there was the green card. All right. It still was not likely to be enough in that situation. I like the way we're configured here. Let's see what we can do. They had the Flusterstorm that time for the Force of Vigor, and that's the way things go sometimes. I think our best bet is, outside of an ultra aggro hand, is having the Collector Roof. Collector Roof can hurt these decks quite significantly. We would like to play first. We're going to keep this. I'm really hoping they're going to put a Leyline of the Void into play or something. It'd be so good because that's not the route that we're going this game. I think that we need to resolve the Deafening Silence here, but maybe if they gut themselves enough, we might be all right. Like with the Force of Will there, wouldn't be the worst. Recall is a good one for sure. They could force this. They might be more apt to try and force or misstep the Deathrite here, because Deathrite's going to chip away at them. Yeah, that's really aggressive, but I mean, that might be the world they're living in with the Deafening Silence in play. I'm not sure if my opponent's playing Repeal, but Deafening Silence would be a difficult one for them to get rid of. So now we're looking for non-Bazaar lands. If we can continue to deploy here, we're going to be looking really good if we can get those Vengevines into play. My opponent still has a mitt full here. Cage, yeah, like this is that just shuts off their Tinker plan. That's so good for me. They did not play a land. Wow. Well, I would like to keep the wasteland to try and move forward here, but I think that my opponent is stumbling here, and I think that is worth me taking their land away. They missed on that ancestral, and sure, I might feel bad if they plop a saga down, but okay, they've just conceded. So they had a little bit of bad luck. They mulliganed quite low down to 5, and they went in on the back of a 1-land ancestral hand and drew 4 cards and didn't find anything. 5 cards, as a matter of fact. Only had 1 land from their draw step last turn, in addition to their draw step this turn with the ancestral. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please hit the like and subscribe button. We'll see you guys for round 2.